Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Diabear and welcome to Falskallan Nights. We're going to start ourselves off with some announcements. We're going to thank Heath at Lucky Dice Cafe for sponsoring this game, as well as D&D Beyond. And quickly, I'm going to go through a couple of the games that have been running through our company. Sunday is Varenheim, run by the DM Trail. Monday is Heath running his game, The Troubleshooters. Tuesday, Jason runs a game of World at War. Wednesdays is with me. Thursdays is A Knight's Ransom with Maddie as the DM. Friday is Breck's game. He's not Dire Bear, but he has his own channel. It is a mature themed game and a horror themed game called Domain of the Old Gods. So there's lots of explanations of gore and lots of violence. So if that's your game, go right for it. But be warned. And Saturday is Stolen Cities run by Alex. Would like to thank D&D Beyond once again for sponsoring us. Now, previously on Falskallan Nights, the group started investigating the possible summoning circles that caused the elementals to emerge in the middle of the Midsummer Festival, meeting up with old friends and making new ones along the way. But with the looming threat of more elementals and a possible larger plot, the group is meeting with the mayor, the Brandish Bards, associates from the Guild of Adventurers, and the Academy of Gifted Alchemists to converse a plan of attack. What will they uncover? Let us begin. So, as far as I remembered last time, all of y'all still have a point of exhaustion. So you're still feeling quite tired, but you guys are right at the gate of the castle. Elris and Jarok brought their scribs and archivists. Wow, didn't think that would be a tongue twister. But they brought them inside because they're going to be at the same meeting. What do you guys do?
Am I still stuck in hold person?
No, he dropped it because I threatened
Okay.
to spank him again. And then he stormed off.
Okay.
Once you mentioned the spanking, I remembered exactly where we were.
Yep. Good times. Good times.
Key plot point.
Key plot point. Jarok doesn't like spanks.
Howard.
Yes.
No, I said coward, not Howard.
Oh.
Sorry. Sorry. I would never call you one.
I would.
Okay, well.
Spleen, you would call anyone a coward. I think.
Not Briny.
I stand corrected.
I stand confused.
We should probably stand in the meeting.
I'm gonna stand against a wall if it's all the same.
That also
I can't
sounds nice.
stand this. This sucks. Do I have to be here?
I mean, we were requested, so I don't know. I mean, you could just do what you always do and stand there and pretend you're listening.
What'd you say?
Exactly.
In all honesty, they might prefer it if she's not.
Yeah. I don't know, Spleen. Do you want to be in the meeting?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I believe you.
But with that attitude that, Jimmy, what do you call him?
Jarrah.
With that type of attitude
Chair.
towards me, I'm definitely gonna be in this dang frickin' meeting. I'm gonna stare at him the whole time.
Yes, Jarok will be very aware of your presence.
Yeah.
I mean, does he have 2020, was it Vision 2020? Or is that, what is that?
I am not aware of him
Might have
having
20
problems with his
spells.
eyes.
I vote we go in and head in towards the meeting because I want to see what happens.
Yep. We'll
Agreed.
begin following the masses.
Right on. You guys walk into the central gate, and you walk right into an open hall area. And what you notice is basically like Corinthian pillars going right up, cathedral vaulted ceilings, made of beautiful, beautiful stonework. It's, well, a marvel to see. As you're walking
Ooh.
through, you notice that there's the secretary's desk right off to the side, and a bunch of guards blocking off a way, like the main hallway. And so the secretary looks at you. He waves you over. It's just a elvish man, short cropped hair, very pointy ears, very prominent, like elvish features, although not very distinct. It's very plain faced. I heard that you guys were coming in today. Can I see the iron bands, please?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, beautiful. I will take them back, please.
Of course.
There. Just hand it over.
So you hand over the iron rings. Excellent. All right, and he looks at the guards, waves them off. They step right out, and you guys go right on through. As you keep walking through, you notice the brandished bards standing outside what looks to be like an absolute ornate door, and you kind of assume this is the mayor's office.
They're not letting anyone in yet?
Not just yet. Brecken looks at all of you guys. You guys rested well, but you still look like shit.
I'm so tired.
You can imagine. Wait, what time did you guys get in anyway?
Don't
Late.
ask.
Very late.
Right. Well, I think we're gonna be waiting here for a little bit. Yeah. Born steps in. Yeah, we definitely had a rough night ourselves, but it's okay. So about 5 minutes go by, 10 minutes go by, and then you see the door open right up, and you get invited in. As you guys walk in, you notice Mayor Carplin is sitting at his desk, this giant oak desk, just like absolutely carved to perfection. Something, a work of art as like elven, a pure elven design. Leaves flowing everywhere, just how everything flows, inscriptions leading into another capillary going up and down. You see him wearing elegant silks, and it looks like he hasn't slept at all, which is rare for an elf. And across his desk, you see a bunch of papers scattered. Beside him is the guard commander, Berwick. He's wearing his ornate. He's adorned in casual guard wear, with signs of chainmail underneath. His sword is sheathed and worn at his side. And beside him is the lieutenant general. You recognize this immediately, Howard, because of your service. And he's wearing his military gear, nice red, like cloth, and adorned with medals. You see his famous mastiff sitting right beside him. This is a halfling man. Yeah, but he looks like he has years of war that has been grizzled right into his face. So like he has hard lines and they look like they've been earned. And last but not least, you see a half orc with super pale green skin and protruding tusks. Not so much as like an actual orc would have, but very prominent. So Carplin says, guys, come in, please.
Yep. What up?
Morning.
I look at
Please.
the Mastiff and go, "Aw, puppy."
The Lieutenant General looks at you. Oh, yeah, he's a good boy. He's a
I
good
kneel
boy.
next to the Mastiff and start scritching his face.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Why not? He's such a good boy.
Please back away from my dog.
I reluctantly stand back up and stand with the others.
So, Carplin looks up. Now that we're all here, we're gonna go on to the reporting processes. Bulwark, what do you have? Bulwark looks up. Right. So, we have no signs of any of the cult that has been reported. The town folk are afraid, and a few are starting to preach the end times. So we're gonna keep an eye on that. But damage has been minimal on Noon Square. The military district has suffered more, but nothing in Mead Meadows or in the Iron Bridge. And you guys would confirm that as well because you'd seen all those places. And other notes, Goblin gang violence is starting to rise out in the military district. I think they're finding their guff, if you catch my drift. Carplin. Yeah, I see. So that's all the reports you have? Aye, sir. Carplin turns to the Lieutenant General. Lieutenant General, any reports? There have been reports from the other generals and other colonels that there have been mentions of elemental summonings in the other major towns, especially Enver itself. This seems to be a major coordinated event, but we're not sure how they got past our network of informants. It's just odd. Normally we're well prepared for any of these sort of stuff. So that's all I've got for you. Mayor? The mayor looks. Alright. He turns to Jarok and Elris, and you guys didn't see them before, but all of them were on the back wall with the scribs and the archivists. What of the Academy's knowledge of any of this? Jarok looks around. We have some information on La Shiraz, but they were a fringe group as of late. We've also been experiencing disappearances of our mages. Most of them have been within the summoning specialities. This might be linked. We don't know. Elris jumps in. Yeah, we brought our scribs and archivists to help scour any of the knowledges from the library that you guys might have. This will definitely maybe link us to something else. We really don't know. This just came out of nowhere. Carplin looks back. All right, thank you. And he looks towards the Brandish Bards and you guys. You guys are of the guild. We need to know if you have any of this information.
Howard looks over at the bards first to see if they have anything.
The Brecken, in his short dwarven stature and his long beard, steps up. Well, we really haven't experienced any of this before until, well, yesterday. So it's pure coincidence for us, in all reality, that we're here and experiencing this all with you. But I think these guys have any points right to you guys. Right?
We
So,
did experience this in the north several weeks ago now. Several weeks ago. No, it was just a
I
It
couple
think
was
it was
days,
like a
wasn't it?
week,
it was a
maybe.
week ago. It was
Yeah.
about 5 days ago, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Okay. We did experience something like this about a week ago up in the north. There was the summoning circles. We've noticed. We have records of these circles that they had patterns that apparently made the elementals more easily summoned. Uh, I fear we've found more evidence of these throughout the city.
Throughout the city.
If I don't know if anyone saw, any of you saw, we've provided this report to both some of the mages from the academy and to the Adventurers Guild. I don't know if it's reached you all yet. If not, we can make copies of what we have.
Car-
But
Carplin
the
looks
bigger
up.
concern, and he pulls out.
Hi. What? Hold on. I want to point out that when we met you, the mayor, and we were like, ooh, talking about what happened in the center, in the stage, whatever. Uh, I said, oh, it could have been a summoning circle, like a big one that could have caused it to show up, and I was right. Me. Okay, go ahead.
She's like looking at the academy dude.
He comes forward to the mayor and gives him one of the stones from the square. Apologies, we did a small bit of vandalization. This comes from the square that the main festival was at. I don't know who these people are, how long they've been planning this, but this brick, along with many others, have the summoning circle built into them when they were created.
Into it.
There were also trees and carts and some other things positioned in the circle in the military district, and in the iron district, possibly some of the statues arranged to form the circles as well.
Well, this thing's been going on for a while, right underneath your nose.
Bulwark is looking at Spleen. Just dead eyes.
She's right. This stone, it's not just painted. Like I said, the alchemical composition of this, it was crafted this way. When the stones were laid, it was already set.
Carplin looks up, around. He's holding the stone in his hand. He's looking around. If this has been like this for a while, then it's hard to tell how long this has been here. Any ideas? I'm at a loss.
I figure if there are still records of who last did any laying of the stones in the square, that'd be a good place to start.
Right.
Or at least whoever they were, whoever was hired to craft the stones.
Aren't you an elf? You guys get old as shit. Like, how long have you been here? Have you been here since the beginning, or are you just like a recent thing? Was there a before you? A mayor?
Yes, I've only been in this office for about 5 years now.
Oh, so that's not like tied together. Oh.
Probably happened before he was here.
That's what I'm starting to think.
I
A lot of
mean,
the
when
major
was this
repairs.
town? When was this town established? That's a big word. Oh
was a
shit!
big word
Did
for
you
you.
hear
Roll,
that?
roll
How
a
did
one
you
Been
hear
d4,
on a
please.
that?
roll lately.
Roll the 1d4, please.
4.
Take 4 points
No.
of psychic damage.
No.
How many does she have left?
A lot.
Oh, okay.
The town has been around for at least 500 years, but this is also a lot of this town predates any human colonization. This was an elvish town to begin with.
Hmm.
I see.
So, and then Carplin looks up over at Jarok and Elris. If you guys are here to scour the archives, I would suggest you guys start doing that. He looks
You,
over at Bulwark and the Lieutenant General. Lieutenant General, I would suggest that you would probably get your military ready for any sort of outside of attack. We don't know if this is internal or external. The, the general looks over. Aye, we'll get the word out. And then Carplin looks up at the guard commander. We're gonna need an increased guard throughout the town now. Double
Okay.
shifts, and hey, we're gonna have to pay our guards well if they want to keep them alive and on the ground. Bulwark just nods his head.
if you have anything you can give the guards for fire resistance, every single summoning has been fire elementals.
That's good to know. He looks over at the half orc, and he looks over. There isn't much in the coffers. We might have to talk to the guilds about this, especially the Artificers Guild. This will cost us quite a large penny if we're gonna try and do this. Alright. As for you guys, I honestly don't know what you guys can do
Well,
at this point.
I'm not sure either, but I can tell you that the circle in the military district is probably not usable again. I'd be wary of where the statues are in the Iron District, and we took a few stones from, I think it's Meadow Square.
The Noon Square?
Is that where we originally were?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we took a few stones from the Noon Square to interrupt the circle in that one, but it would be a good idea for someone to start removing those stones.
Agreed. Well, all I can ask for you guys is to keep your eyes out. And he looks at all your group right there. And he looks over to the branch parts. I might have something for you guys. Brecken stands right back up. Hey, what is it that you need from us? I'd like you to do a personal favor for me. And do a loop and around the city. Outside the town, do a 5-mile sweep. Just walk around. We need to see if there's anything out there immediately that could attack us. Brecken. Alright, that's the case. We'll let you know. We got ways of communicating with you and with everybody else here. If that's the case, are we fair to leave right now? Carplin looks. Aye. You can go.
Oh, thank God.
Brecken, you've seen the circles, right?
Not exactly. I haven't really been paying attention to what's been on the ground. We were kind of fighting the big thing when we did it.
Pulling out my notes, scribbling on another page, handing it over to him. Keep an eye
It
out.
takes with the amount of detail and ornate stylings that you like to do takes about 2-3 minutes.
Keep an eye out for anything in this shape. It can be
I
trees, plants, structures, a drawing in the
Doesn't have
dirt.
to have lines necessarily, right?
right. Well, I know over here likes looking at all these things and understanding them a lot better.
Yep.
Hands it to her. The big dragonborn lady just picks it up. All right, let's go.
Y'all be careful.
Hey, you keep your eyes on the ground too.
As
And-
best we can.
They walk off.
Don't tell me what to do.
Just lightly elbow her.
You have to bend down to elbow me.
It's just
Okay, it's more like a hand
That's-
smack.
I figured it would have been like a opposite leg heel thing, where it's like you just
Nudge her with the leg.
If that's the case, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming. And everybody stands up except for Lieutenant General. He grabs onto his mastiff and he hops right on.
We getting paid if we walk around? Like, is this just like a walk type? It's just that is what?
I
We're getting
think
paid,
that
right?
was for the
Burning to
bard's
death was
spleen.
good.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
well,
Well, they're not getting paid. Losers didn't ask.
You can be compensated, but we need to find something first.
For clarification, did he ask both us and the bards to do that?
It was just the bards.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The bards to do the walk around and for you guys to keep your eyes out.
I mean, we'll let you know if we find anything else. If you need us, you know where to contact us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As you notice, the general jumping onto the back of his mastiff, you realize he doesn't have the use of his legs.
Mm.
Is that new since the last time I've seen him?
He's actually renowned to being. Last time you had any sort of knowledge of him, he was a battalion commander, and his battalion was called the Mastiff Brigade. He was known for like riding these guys into battle and challenging things head on. But you had never heard of him taking a serious wound.
Now I feel bad that I tried to pet a service dog. PSA, don't pet service animals.
Mm-hmm. There you.
Mhm.
He's like, all right, Winston, let's go. And he starts walking out. I think I broke Olivia. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep, I
You
did.
gotta break one of us per session.
I love
was not-
giant dogs.
You guys can go now.
We will. Turn
I have a
around,
lot to do.
start heading out.
As you guys walk out, Elris catches you guys and says, "Hey, guys. So just I know we're gonna be scouring all the archives and whatnot, but if we find anything, we'll send info to you as well, just so
Thank
that you
you.
know what we
Much
know."
appreciated.
I know. I mean, Hal, I'm sorry about Jarek. I mean, didn't think he would still hold that big of a grudge against you.
Oh, Jarek is no surprise.
Yeah, I know. I sorry. I have to go. The
Elris,
young ones, they really don't like being alone.
make sure you all have plenty of ice magic prepared.
Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
Counter spells
just-
too.
He's generally just starting to walk away as you keep
Yeah.
saying it. And he turns.
Yeah, it's just a
That
note
too.
as he goes. All right. Now, how do we
Now you
find
guys
some
are.
information about this bag? Anyone got any ideas?
So
Uh,
I did. Well, we were the last time. You told me to stand and pretend listening. So we're not gonna walk.
No,
Am I
the
getting that right?
bards are walking.
Okay. And we're just looking,
I
finding
mean,
something.
Be
honestly,
vigilant.
we never found any symbols in Mead Meadow, but that doesn't mean they're not there.
We could go search.
I think it's worth looking through the archives. I'd like to see the city's evacuation plan for a third rapture specifically. I'm not sure if they have one.
Hmm.
I can't say.
I certainly would like to thumb through the archives again myself.
If you all
You
want to
gotta
head
be
to the
kidding me.
archives, Spleen and I can go check out Mead Meadows.
Oh, thank God. My savior.
You're welcome,
Goose, let's
Spleen.
go.
All right.
All I see is books.
All right, nerds, you go turn pages. You guys better
And
look
so we
at
will.
those words so hard. Do the thing.
So hard.
Okay, so one of you roll a d4.
I'll roll. Wait, like one for each group?
Yep. Basically, odd numbers is Howard Spleen. Even numbers is Bryony Halsterian.
Okay.
Let's see who goes first.
I
got
rolled.
one.
I rolled a 3.
Given you said
Cool.
you rolled a 1,
Mm-hmm.
I think
So-
we have our answer.
There you have our answer. Now I forget which ones the groups were. Oops.
I think
Odd
it
numbers
was
with
them.
Spleen and Howard.
Yeah.
Spleen and Howard.
Oh,
Alright,
it was?
So,
Oh, I lied. I mixed it up then.
Spleen and Howard. You guys are gonna head to Mead Meadows.
Yes.
Right on. You exit the castle. You go through the gardens, out the front gate. As you exit the main castle fortifications, you notice a giant dragon statue just right up. Beautifully detailed, scaled. It looks like the architecture is from before any sort of human colonization. But there's nothing odd about it whatsoever. It's just a really nice statue. You guys keep moving on. The way you get to Mead Meadows is you normally head south and you go right through where the guild would be. So, if you wanted to stop by, you could. If not, there's just shops and vendors and alleyways leading with homes and everything else.
I don't have anything to stop for necessarily at the moment.
I do.
Okay.
I would like to just kick the door and leave.
Make a strength check.
Okay. Just being an ass. That's what is that? A 12.
12?
Mhm.
Poosh! You hit the door. You hit it pretty good.
Disengage.
Given your natural strength, you'll leave a little bit of a dent. And you just
From
start
far
walking
away,
away.
I get the strange sense that Spleen has done something we'll have to pay for.
My spleen. Oh, my spleen! What did she do?
Oh no! Oh no.
My spleen senses are tingling. Why? Oh shit, because it's gone.
Nuts,
you-
they took my freaking spleen.
That's it. So you just kick the door, walk away.
Mhm.
About a minute later, just Glam looks up. You're gonna be paying for that.
You know,
I'll write a letter for you!
Ha ha!
one day she's gonna retaliate. You know that, right?
Did you hear my last little part?
Hmm.
That she also has a letter for you?
Oh. Lean looks around the corner.
She's just
Hey.
waving. She's waving the parchment.
For me?
No. That one. It points to
For
Howard.
me.
Oh. I was like, who the hell?
Come
What?
over and take the letter. I wasn't expecting anything.
Open it.
All right. Take out a little
Glam
knife.
just turns around and says thank you, walks right off.
Thank you, Glam.
So you open it right up.
Haha. Oh, never mind. It's not even visible.
Ah, in rather sloppy handwriting, but it is legible. You're trying to get the paper.
Good enough.
It just says,
Excuse me.
"Have info on bag. Come to my shop." And signed, Rake Blindweaver.
Have a what?
Have info on the bag. Come to my shop. Rakeskin Blindweaver.
All right.
Hmm.
That was the shopkeeper with the scrolls and such, right?
Of the Prancing Lizard.
Which was in.
That would be in the Iron Bridge district.
Okay. And we're heading to Mead Meadows. Which is in the opposite direction. We're at Mead Meadows, which is the opposite direction. So we'll go to the Meadow Square first before
Alright.
we head over there.
Okay. So you head into the Mead Meadows, and Town Square it's bustling now because it's now a work day. People are working, getting their stuff together. The party's over, and so things are getting put away.
Man, this square be bussin'.
The smell of fresh manure everywhere, and just horses, cattle, people pulling hay bales out.
So how are we gonna do this when there's just people everywhere?
Look around for anything that's arranged in a pattern. I'm not really sure.
All right, make
I'd rather. Oh god, I wish we were the walking party.
make an investigation check.
At a disadvantage.
Fuck, you're right. Oh,
Ah-ha.
You're really right. Damn it. Oh, that was really good, and then it went to not really good. But not
9.
terrible. 9 as well.
What the heck, Steve?
Yeah. You're looking around, and you're not seeing anything that's arranged in any sort of pattern. It's not coming to you. You guys are going at this for at least 2 hours. And you're walking around and you're trying to make the connection, trying to, hold the paper up and see if there's anything that's going on. There's nothing immediately jumping at you.
Splain, how about we call it? We've been at this for ages. I'm not seeing shit.
You can. I can go probably another hour though.
If you really want, we can.
It can be like anything.
Yeah,
Let's go further in.
alright.
You guys go further in, and that's where we're going to switch off to the other group. Bryony Halsterian. You follow Jarok and NC's group. Why do I keep saying NC? Jesus. Elrist. Their group and weaving through the castle, and it's still this gorgeous stone. I want to say marble, but it's not marble. Stone architecture, just absolutely like ornate, carved. It is of elvish design. You can tell that this is. So this has been here for a very long time. You're weaving in through the hallways, and you end up to a door. You open it right up, and it's basically like the Beast's library from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh my goodness.
You're breaking me so many times tonight.
A whole new world. Copyright edit. And you open it up, and it's filled with tomes and scrolls, miscellaneous papers, and it smells of that too. It smells of that. As you walk right in, you see all the scribs and the archivists just looking through. Elris and Gerard kind of pointing people throughout the different areas just to, look through. As you do, you look at one interesting humanoid. He's just going through the scrolls and tomes himself, but he's all metallic. He was basically like your former guild member was with the group. He looks up, over. Hello. He walks right on up, and it's very robotic in his movements. But, are you looking for anything?
Historical records, actually.
Right.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yes. Right. Please, follow me. I will point you in the right direction. Turns around, just starts walking. Still same robotic movement. Today comes down 1 aisle, 2 aisles, 3 aisles. About 12 aisles in, you look, and it's about a 50-foot stretch of just books on both sides. This is the historical. Anything specific that you may be looking for?
Well, we're hoping to learn more about the different stages of how the city was built. See if there was general construction, reconstructions, that sort of thing, that were either by district or citywide.
Right. Halfway down, all those files have been not organized yet. I have yet to reach them.
I see.
Just our luck.
Well, suppose we'll still have to just keep looking through them.
Yes. I'm going to go back to my work. If you have any questions, just call for me. I'm Scrubber.
Scrubber.
Yes.
Very well. Thank you, Scrubber.
He turns around, just walks right off. You are now standing in the middle of a library.
Al takes a deep breath. Let's get started, shall we?
I'm looking starry-eyed at most of the books around me and kind of just wander around picking them out and looking at them.
Make an investigation check.
Ooh.
And it's at disadvantage because you guys are still exhausted.
Yep.
True. The disadvantage is 1, right?
Oh.
Roll. It's roll 2d20.
No.
Take the lower
Oh, right,
one.
right. I remember that now.
Unfortunately, one of them was a 20, so that hurts.
Oh.
The other was a 7, so
Yeah.
that's a total of 9.
I got a
Hey,
3
more
and a 7.
9.
Oh. So 9. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys head right on in. And so you start looking at books. You get the ladder coming over. You climb up, and these bookshelves are, you know, a good 20 feet high, and they're full of just like ledgers, tomes, and you're thumbing through them, and they're all like fairly accurate, but they're not what you're looking for. Of just like, okay, this person approved this thing. It's super dry reading. You guys are at this for a couple of hours, and you're not finding a lot. You're pretty sure it's in this area, given that Scrubber put you on the right position. But overall, it's a lot to go through.
Think we can call
Oh,
back the bards to help us with this?
oh, I don't. I think they're going to have their hands full for a while if they're circling the town.
Mm.
I
Uh,
mean, Benestad isn't that big, but it's not small. I mean, it's going to take them a while.
Well, we want the earliest records we can possibly find, right?
Yes, I suppose. If you want to look for something that is the most aged out of all of this, be my guest. They all look rather aged at this point.
DM,
yeah,
are the ledgers dated in any way? Like, is it written on the outside what years they were from?
yeah, there are. There are some that have been dated. Others are just plain tomes, and some are just scrolls that have been kind of put on the shelf.
Mm.
Not a lot of organization has happened, as Scrubber has said. He just hasn't gotten around to it.
I continue pulling them out at random and looking through the pages, not even
Eh,
sure what I'm looking for.
You pull one out, you flip it through. Okay, this amount of meat has been procured by this company, sent to this and this. You don't recognize any of these names. You're flipping it through, you know, 5 tons of hay bale of hay going to this manufacturer, bread milling and whatnot. It's again super dry.
Mm.
As you guys are flipping through, you see some of the this coming by, and like they're going through their own little sections just trying to see if they can find something of use or note, but they're not bothering you.
Tell you what, I'm going to go find Elris and see if he has a moment to help us out. See if he can maybe spare a few minutes for our own research. I'll be right back.
Right, I'll be here. And I say from
Well,
underneath a pile of books,
You pop your head up and there's a book.
I'll be here.
Halstarian, you turn around, go back the way you came. You start calling for Elris. You're not finding him
I'll
immediately.
yeah, I'll make sure he's not terribly near Jarok if possible. Don't want that can of worms.
You're walking, you turn a corner. You're staring face to face with Gerard.
Fancy meeting you here.
Mm.
I hate doing this work. I can see why a Tenua Kobold sent me here. What are you
Not
doing in
having
here
fun.
anyway?
We have our own research to do, looking at certain records, seeing why the uh, uh, essentially the circles were here for so long in advance, how they came to be so long in advance.
Right. Well, I don't want to deal with you, so I'm just going to turn around and walk away.
Very well.
And he does exactly that. You turn around and you just see the swagger of a fucking cocksure asshole walking away. So you just move in the opposite direction then?
Yeah, I'll move in the opposite direction, hoping I see Elris.
You turn the next corner. Hey, how's it going? You see his piercing blue eyes and just his pale blue skin. And I was like, how's it going? We're not really finding a lot around here. There's a lot of dry reading.
Yeah, you get used to it, I'm afraid. Uh, after a while. Um, could I borrow you for a moment or three?
uh, can't leave these guys alone, but he looks over. Ah, they're busy. Well, let's go.
Thank you. I need your help. We're having some trouble nailing down one of the less organized aisles. We're hoping to have something more to uncover, more a lead to go on, finding a lead with how the circles came to be here for so long. So if you don't mind, uh, we would definitely appreciate your help.
Yeah, I can spare an hour. Yeah, I could definitely spare an
Fantastic.
hour. These guys easily get distracted. So you guys walk right back. As soon as you turn the corner, Bryony, you've made yourself a nice little book fort.
Perfect.
And you still haven't found anything. It's still super dry reading. All right. Uh, so you said about construction stuffs, right?
Yes, anything detailing who ordered it or who even manufactured who who paid for it, who made it, that sort of thing.
Ah, right. Well, let's let's start looking. And everybody. Bryony, Halsterian, make investigation checks, please. It's
Hmm.
still a disadvantage.
Okay, so I got a 14 total.
Cool.
Better than me.
What'd you get?
That's 10 total.
10 total? Alright. Alright, I think I've got a good idea where to start on this one. If it's all disorganized, he's like, let's just start here. And you guys start going through the books, and this is where we're going to switch off. Back to Spleen and Howard. So you spent the next hour looking for anything that looks like uh anything of a summoning, and you start finding things that look like they should be, but there's just things that are just a tad bit off. But that's the best you can get.
I'll make note of any of the ones that are close that could be easily finished.
Yeah,
That's about
you
it.
notice like a cluster of buildings that are kind of like in certain spots and positions, but they're just not right. There's others where it was a bunch of carts that have been laid about, but you could think that's just more coincidence than anything.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it.
Spleen, I have this crazy idea.
We destroy the whole town so we don't have to deal with any of it anymore. Like, just get rid of it all. I think it's a great idea.
That is
Wow.
scarily close to what was actually going through my brain. Way off in a left turn around the corner, but scarily close.
Howard, I know you have a maniac stuck inside you, just waiting to get out. I'll help you get there.
Shh. What if... I don't know, this seems far-fetched. What if the bards and the mayor are in on this and are working together and they're drawing a circle using the entire city right now? I know It sounds crazy.
No. Because I know easy way to solve it. Just kill him. Right?
We can't just kill them if we don't know that they're doing this. That'd be terrible. We'd be killing our own allies potentially. I don't know.
Well, I mean...
maybe Bryony's just
well-
rubbing off on me.
I mean, we can bait him in some sort of way, you know? Like, too good to be true thing. I don't know. Or... give him, like... give him some...
That's a big one.
give him some...
Are you okay, Spleen?
I think when I made that big word,
Knocked something loose.
I think I'm getting the
Indigestion.
That's another big word.
You're welcome.
Or, cause I was thinking, cause I was like, damn, you old, you know. You just got here like 5 years ago. You should have been here for like a long time. And this used to be an ancient elf place, and that guy hasn't been here for a while. If he's an elf. Maybe.
Well, the bigger thing
should
that
ask.
concerns me is that he mentioned this was originally an elven place,
Yeah.
and La Charas is elven.
Maybe we can spy on him.
I mean,
Or-
maybe. I'm not very good at that, but
I am. Or maybe. I mean, we can find out. I know how to hunt. So I can be sneaky. I don't know.
if we knew which way they went first, we could go see if we could spy
I
on
was a
the
traitor-
bards.
Yeah, if I was a traitor, what would suck for somebody to do to me? To trick me?
I don't know. To
I
catch
don't know,
you?
that's for you to answer. That was-
How would I know? I'm not a traitor.
well, like, what if I was? Like, what would you do? What would I do to myself if I was a traitor? My brain.
I mean, I can answer that very easily. You just kill yourself. Wow, that sounds really weird.
That sounds pretty crazy. But if you didn't, what if the bards don't know and it's just the mayor that's a traitor and he's using them?
Oh god, now I really do think Bryony's rubbing off on us. Let's go to the Prancing Lizard for the
Is
love
that a
of all
bad
that is
thing?
sane.
Is it bad for Bridie to be rubbing us?
From far away, I
He's-
get like another little tingle, like, oh, Sweet said something weird again.
He's just covering his mouth
I was
and turning
thinking, like,
around
One
and
psychic point for affecting Howard in that way, but then it's immediately taken away by what Sween said.
All of a sudden, Bridie takes psychic damage.
Yeah, just like in the
Just-
complete silence, I just go, ah!
just can't respond. Just turning and noping out.
How would you turn in the direction of the prancing lizard and you're just like, nope?
That's a good point, because he's like, oh, walk a big circle around, not like, going to one section or another,
That's
This is
what I'm
why
saying.
why out the outer edge?
Why
Oh my
outside of the
God.
town?
Oh my god.
I don't know. We'll keep it in mind and talk to the other two. That would take an extraordinarily long amount of time.
Goodness. And like I said, didn't I say something that one night about the fireworks being conveniently done for the summoning to happen
Well, here's
at
the
the
other
same
thing.
time, and he did the speech, and he's like, "Oh, look at this thing that I brought to the town! Do 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 do, boom boom boom, pow!" Like it was, it I don't know. See, I say
Well,
things, and then it ends up being right. Like I said, there's a big circle here because the others had circles, and it looked like here, a big fucking circle. Oh my god!
well, you're also overlooking
It's an inside job.
the mayor and the bards were both at the stage when it happened.
The mayor wasn't there.
Oh, I lied. The bards were at the stage when it happened.
Oh, and we didn't see him fight.
And
You s-
hmm,
you didn't see them fight, but you saw evidence of them fighting. Like you saw lightning bolts being fired.
yeah.
You heard them like singing in their arias, and you saw the evidence of them being half burnt, and like
Mm.
the smell of burnt skin, flesh, and whatnot. Like the evidence points to they fought.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Steve. Eh.
Oh, I gotta get back.
Well, we had guards fighting alongside us. Did they have guards? Did they survive, or did all the guards die?
I don't
So they
know.
could
We didn't
witness.
ask.
Because if there was no guard survivors, then there's like no witnesses of
Hit.
them.
History check, please, both of you.
Orbital.
Do you don't take this one at disadvantage?
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh,
DM's ruling on this one. You don't take disadvantage on this one.
So that one's a
17.
13.
it was -1, so it was 18.
13.
17.
There were guard corpses and burnt cinder ashes and piles. There was a fight. There was struggles. There was people who had died.
When we were there were corpses of guards and stuff like that were cindered. But the thing is, like, we didn't watch them fight the
know.
elemental. We don't know if they like turned on the guards or whatever, and then like staged it and something, like trickery, pretend.
But they also live
Fooling.
here. What point would there even be in?
I always knew that Dragonborn was a freaking snake.
I don't know. It seems far
Not
fetched.
Dragonborn, Dragonkin. That's Skyrim.
That's Dragonborn.
Oh,
The
is
race
it
is
Dragonborn? Dragonkin.
No, it's Dragonborn.
Oh. I don't know why I kept thinking that was incorrect because of Skyrim.
Nope.
Trust me, it took me a while to figure that out too.
I mean, they could. Or. No. I don't know if they write their own songs or not.
Through the frog's gay.
I love that man.
If the incantation, the music could cover it up. I don't know. Maybe we're thinking too far into this. I think we are.
Well, you always know thinking is overrated. You go by your gut instinct always, and I have an instinctive feeling that you're onto something. You're onto something.
We'll just have to keep our eyes out.
And if I suddenly get an instinct to stab one of them, I trust my gut.
Well, let's not go that far yet.
I'll have second thoughts on my gut, but I usually listen to my gut. Right now, it's really upset for some reason.
It is also like 3 o'clock now.
Yeah, we're just asking questions once we get to the prancing lizard.
Okay, I hope the other two are having like better luck than us, because
Yeah.
we suck. We suck so much.
Quick camera zoom back to Brian and Steve, House and Elris just flipping through books. Just no, and right back. Quick pan right back. And you guys are walking back to the prancing.
Is this the place?
Yeah.
So you head up, go through Noon Square. You pass by a bunch of food places. It takes about an hour to walk, especially given that you're exhausted still. And you start to get hungry too. It's been a while since you've ate some food, so
True.
either way, just stop me if you want to stop. But you guys start heading to the Prancing Lizard, and you see it right in the corner. Same old brick building, same old sign. You walk right in.
Yeah. We'll get food
Oh.
afterward.
Open the door. The place is eerily empty. A couple seconds later, you just see the lizardkin come up. Ah, yes. You guys, thank you for coming. I promised I'd get you some information on that. And yes. The only information I've been able to find through the academy or through the guild is that a lot of people have been buying bags of holding on mass. They could be easily turned into these devouring bags, but nobody's been commissioning us. This is why we can't really find out who's been doing what.
Can they be turned back?
Yes, you can. It's a little more difficult because you're corrupting it, giving it a soul, per se. You'd have to get the soul out of it, really. That's how that works.
Interesting. Would you be able to do that?
That's a little out of my specialty. I'm good with imbuing in,
But not
But,
extracting.
but not extraction. You need somebody with a little more umph than me. See a fly buzzing around you. Sorry. They're just my favorite.
Hey, lunch is lunch.
I won't be able to get much out of him, out of my guild until we keep researching that while. By the way, how's that Hill Giant's Toe quest coming along?
We're kind of. We had to. We're not yet. We haven't started. We're stuck with doing the town secret mission.
I don't know if it's...
The fire attack shit during the summer festival.
Wait, that was you guys?
Well, we helped fend them off.
Right.
Yeah, more shit seems to be in the shadows. So we're trying to investigate and be secret agents.
By chance.
You do realize that this is not secretive, right? Whatsoever by you stating that.
I don't think it's necessarily secret, but...
Dead man tell no tales. I'm joking.
I'm still writing up that scroll for you. And getting that alchemist supply kit.
Yeah,
set up.
we're going to go handle that giant soon. This just... In the middle of the city, it kind of took a little precedence.
That's fair. Just, it'll take us a while. Honestly, the information that I might need to get will be, by the time you get back, really.
That's fine.
So, sorry I don't have anything else for you, but, just...
No, that's already something. It helps. Just keep an eye out for anything shady people are doing, especially summoning wise.
I will definitely keep an eye out. I'll talk to the Artificers Guild about this.
Thank you. Spleen, let's
thank
go
you.
get some food. Maybe we should collect the others while we're at it.
You guys turn around, walk out, and we're going right back to Hal and Bryony. Another couple hours go by, and it's just dry reading. It seems like you're not getting anywhere. You found a couple things where it was a bunch of renovation stuffs, like major town renovations after an attack. But this was years ago, like at least 150 years, and this was, this was when the Half Pint Kingdom wanted to come in and try and take over, but people of the Falskallan people had pushed back and retaken the town. But that was the closest you got.
Bryony, nothing new on your end?
I peek out from my book fort. No, any luck over there? Just
Hardly.
stick my head out.
You see Elris just he's up on one of the top shelves, and like he's on top of the bookshelves just thumbing through one of the books. I'm finding nothing here. I think I'm gonna have to go back and deal with my people. I'm sorry, guys.
Understood. Thank you for your help.
No problem. Yeah, we'll let you know if we find anything, but honestly, I think it's just gonna be, Jarok, myself, and the scribes and archivists just thumbing through all this stuff for a while. You might be better off just going elsewhere.
I think you're right. Well, for now, we'll leave you to it. Let's get some food, get some rest. We didn't get the best rest last night. Bryony, after you.
That's a really
If you
on.
are leaving the fort.
I crawl out and do a stretch.
I know what you're doing.
Stretch.
We got all right. Left side.
Oh my god! I need
right side.
I'm sure all of
Alright,
you are like me and have been sitting like a shrimp all day.
Yeah.
I've
All
been
right,
on my
remember,
hands and knees
shoulders
cleaning.
back, double chin,
And then a hydrate.
and then we gotta hydrate.
Oh.
I have to ask, does
Hydrate
Bryony
is rather
leave the
inexpensive
fort?
compared to Stretch.
Does
Did you say, does
Bryony
Bryony
leave
leave
the
the fort?
fort intact?
In fact, yes.
What'd you say, Steve?
Oh, I just noticed that Hydrate is half the price of Stretch.
Mhm.
We shouldn't put a price on hydration. You guys are walking. You guys start leaving. You leave the fort behind. As you do, you see Scrubber. He's just doing his thing. Going, you're done.
For now, we'll leave it to the other group sorting through here for now. Maybe back later, but we'll need to be picking things up beforehand. Pick things up where we left off, perhaps, but perhaps not.
Excellent. Well, have yourselves a good night. Did you put all the books back?
Well, they were about as organized as they were when we found them, yeah.
That is fair. He just leaves you be. He starts walking in that direction.
Take care. Run!
I can only imagine what he thinks
Run,
when
you
he
fools.
sees it.
you guys leave, and as you guys are, you run into Howard and Spleen. I almost said Halsterian. I was like,
That would be a neat trick.
Wearing his skin.
I mean, that
Less
would be a
neat, more
spleen,
terrifying. Yeah.
right?
No. Hi.
Any progress on your end?
We may have. Yeah. Come here, come here.
I'm terrified.
Don't do it. Don't stoop to her level.
Never look her in the eyes.
Never let him say don't look me in the eye. So, we were walking. We didn't find shit, by the way. We didn't find shit.
Hmm.
But we think we may have gotten a theory.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far.
It was your idea.
I know, and it makes it worse.
Hell
Alright.
yeah.
The bards were at the circle in the square.
Yeah,
Aye.
yeah.
Aye.
Lascias.
You're so tired. The mayor dude? That
The
elf
group
dude?
is an elven name.
Yeah,
Right.
What if the mayor and the bards are both a part of this group in some way, shape, or form, affiliated with them, and they're circling the town right now to complete an enormous summoning circle involving the entire city?
Yeah, because, like, why
Love it.
just... What? See? Yeah! See, Brady!
I do a little victory dance and air horns down behind me, like, wham,
But
wham,
listen. But, like, listen. How, like, this place is, what used to be an elf thing, and, like, yeah, the cult is elf, and also the mayor is an elf, and, like, he's fucking old. Like, for him to just show up for only 5 years, like, suspicious. That's
I mean-
that's weird.
Start sometime.
But
You're not put into office at 100 years in office. It's just
but I know that means he's been here for a minute. So
doesn't mean that at all.
but like the fireworks going off conveniently, at the time that the thing was summoned as like a distraction point. Like the people that are in charge of fireworks and the mayor that brought them to this town. That's weird. And then like they were where the big fire elemental was. The bards. But listen. There were dead guards, But we didn't witness them fight. They could have turned and fought the guards and hurt them and killed them. And then like staged this great defeat of the fire elemental.
And I mean,
Alex,
There were no-
three against one
there-
here.
So there were no witnesses.
I will say to
Very
play
painful.
Tiefling's advocate against my own brain, there were dead guards around us too.
Yeah, but we tried to make sure some of them lived. Well,
We tried. They didn't listen, and it got some of them
Yeah.
killed.
but is it true that it confirmed that, or my memories are that all the guards in the center were dead? There were no witnesses.
No, not all of them are dead.
Or maybe.
Wait. Sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, no. Continue.
No, it's kind of like how you guys had fought. You know that there's people still around. It's just, the people who had fought, some of them had perished.
There were no witnesses, or the ones that did survive are in it.
Woefully unprepared guards aside, what if the reason we didn't find anything in the history section was because they destroyed the evidence?
Oh, you guys
That
didn't find anything?
is actually
Nope.
reasonable, yes. Now, before I latch onto this conspiracy theory, I have to take it with a grain of salt here. What
Please do.
I find it very unlikely that the bards are involved. I mean, they're just as much in the
I
guild as we are.
I know, that's why I'm not even sure how this popped into my head, but
Well, what if we try to intervene with the Bard's patrol and we make them go into like a awkward oval where they don't complete a circle?
I mean, I suppose there's no harm in making sure it's not a true circle. Doing something to distract them.
Or we try to find their tracks if they put anything weird along the way, you know?
I mean,
And we totally wreck it.
well, how's this? It'll probably take them a day or two or more to finish circling the entire city. We need to go investigate that giant anyway. We could go circle around
yes.
and meet them on our way out. Talk to them when they come back tonight, see what areas they've started on, go check it out for ourselves on the way out in the morning.
Okay.
Because surely they're not going to stay outside overnight. That would be strange. When they have a home right here.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know if it would take them that long to circumnavigate the town compared to putting up camp, that sort of thing. I say we track them down and see if we can at least interrupt them one way or another.
Alright. But let's grab a bite to bring with us, because I am starving.
Agreed.
I'll make sure I keep room so just in case they are traitors, I can finish the get full.
Okay. I guess.
I really hope. I mean, I hope they're not. I
I think you do. I think you want to fight.
Let's face it, we know she
No.
does.
What? No. What? Me? They're our friends. How can you say that? That's so.
Couldn't even
What?
finish the sentence.
Well. I mean, I really want that dragon. That lizard. Man, she pisses me off.
He knows.
Match made. Alright, where do we want to eat?
There's something fast.
Something we can take with us.
Yes, like a heated canine, you know, in those buns.
That sounds like a
You
plan.
know what? I'm happy with stopping by a bakery and just seeing if they have any meat pies and taking that on the road.
That
Yep.
sounds delicious, yes.
Yep, get us a heated canine with some mustard.
Personal pan.
Jesus. Oh man, you guys are too much. All right. It's about 5 o'clock. The dinner rush is starting to come around, but you find a bakery as you're walking by the guild. I'm assuming, like, which way are you heading? Actually, I don't even know. I'm just assuming.
I forget which district we met up with them in.
You guys were up in the military district. You
That's right.
walked back because you were going to get them, and they came out at the same time. So you're basically out in front of the castle, out of the fortifications, right by the dragon statue.
Let's head. Evens or odds?
Evens.
It's odd. Let's head through the Mead Meadow to leave town. Leave the city.
Fair enough.
Right on. So you you guys head south. You head right by the guild, the guild house. And you guys do walk by a bunch of different food, food places. There's a couple bakeries. Like as you do keep going on, I can. Are you guys gonna stop off in Mead Meadows? You're gonna stop off the way,
Just on the way in general. Grab some meat pies.
grab some meat
Wherever.
pies. Yeah. Right on. So about oh, about 500 meters away from the guild house, you smell the wafts of just absolute baked bread, absolutely nice malted barley being baked up with wheat and flour, and you're smelling it. There's also a smell of cinnamon in the air.
Yum.
Keep an eye on Briny.
You guys follow the scent.
Yes.
I do.
All right, Briny, lead the way. Go.
All right,
I like put my nose to the ground. No.
Briny, what do you smell?
So good. What the
Like that,
fuck?
except it's only for pastries.
Wild shapes into a canine just to follow the smell.
Oh, you know what? You did bring up that I haven't used wild shape yet.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Hey.
No,
Be that
I'll
mastiff.
save it. I'll rely on my half-elf nose.
Yeah. You follow your nose, and it's quite simple. You immediately look up. It's like, oh, there's the bakery right there. You walk right on in, and the smells and the aromas are just bombarding your senses. And so, as you do, you notice up, and you see just this rotund man wearing like the classic like white apron, the nice hat, all nice and pleated. What can I buy you for you?
Well,
We got meat pies, cheese pies, we got breads, everything on the menu. Please take a look, and as you do, there's just like you get the glass, like it's a classic bakery. There's the glass shelf with all the words. Wow, it has been a day for me. With everything just displayed.
I'll have a meat pie and a cheese pie.
Meat pie and a cheese pie? Right on. What about you, little missy? Points to spleen.
I'll have 3 meat pies, please.
3?
Yeah.
Right on. Points to Hal. You?
Just a single meat pie for me, I think.
It points to Briny. You look like you got a sweet tooth on you.
Yeah, can I get 3 cheese pies, 2 spring onion buns, a chocolate Nutella croissant, 4 of these little muffin items, surprise me, and a sprinkled donut.
Christ, I love it.
Oh. You're a lady after my own heart, is what you are. He turns around. We're gonna make them fresh for you. He turns around. All right. We're gonna need 5 slammers, 2 fingers, and just throws out all the slang. All you hear is, "All right." He turns around. Just give me a second. Goes in. You hear fainted arguments in the background. About 5 minutes later, all the food comes out, freshly baked. Packages them all up accordingly. Tries to get everything right. All right. Everything? That'll be 5 silver.
There you go.
Perfect. Thank you for the patronage.
I will save the meat pie for later and have the cheese pie now.
You do, and you bite into it, and it's just the most gooey cheese ever. And it's
Yum.
absolute deliciousness.
Yeah, it's making me hungry too, which is hard to do.
What can I say? I like describing food.
No.
Wacky, crazy guy.
Go ahead and just Ghibli it, I swear.
I will Ghibli this shit right up.
Hey.
All right, so you guys got the food. You're leaving now. You're eating and snacking and running.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're heading down southways,
Yes.
direct south from Mead Meadows.
Yes.
Right on. I would require you guys to make a history check.
With the disadvantage again.
With the disadvantage.
Oh shit. That was pretty good.
Really good on
18.
this one this time.
15.
18, 15. Hal, Bryony.
2.
14.
I got an 8.
And an 8. You're trying to remember what direction they left, but you also never actually saw them leave because you guys kind of stuck around a little bit beforehand. But Howard, you remember specifically 5 miles out of town.
That's true.
So, given your understandings of coordinates and whatnot, how far a troop can travel, especially 5 miles out, and then trying to do from there.
Yeah. Is it like plains around the city?
So it's plains on the south, like plains and farm fields on the south side that go for miles.
Okay.
But anything west or east or north is usually like forest. It's
Okay.
forested, lightly forested, heavily forested, depending on where you go. But it's usually like that.
And if memory serves, the giant is north?
East.
East. Okay.
So technically, the way you're going out of Mead Meadows is basically the direction you're going.
Okay.
So now,
Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, now with that, everybody make a survival check.
I'm going to use a different die than the one that's been giving me crappy rolls tonight.
Survival or nature, depending on what is whatever one is higher for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glad you said that.
Well, my nature's
Well, I
higher,
suppose it
but
didn't really make
it's
that much of a difference.
still only a 5 because a 1 on the die is a 1 on the die.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I got an 8.
I got a
21.
23 in total.
Mm-hmm. And 21.
Fitting.
Right on. You're pretty sure they're gonna be west of you because the way the Almond River comes right up and cuts through the town, or cuts through the north side of the town, they would probably start west of the castle and go down and around. So it's all a wild guess, but if you camped out at a certain point, which I mean, you guys would know where it would be.
Mhm.
Just, you might catch them.
My gut tells me west.
Shall we go check it out and camp out, or
Yeah, because I'm tired.
Yeah, maybe we should get an early night.
I'm having some
Set up a
serious
camp.
food coma.
Yeah. You guys, yeah, and you guys are you. I'm assuming you guys are still walking east or southeast.
um, yeah.
Okay. You make it about a couple miles out of town. And you're starting to feel it. It's coming around 7 o'clock. It's been a day.
Wait, do we still have Bryony? Her camera froze, so I'm just...
Oh, did it freeze?
Oh, it did.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, your camera's frozen, but you're still here apparently, so no
yeah, we can
Okay.
worries.
hear you.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I've been here. Do you want me to try exiting the Zoom call and come back, or should I just wait it out?
Uh,
Uh,
Press stop video and start video.
yeah.
Okay.
Try just restarting it.
My connection's fine. I don't know what's doing.
Sometimes it's weird.
Your name! Exclamation point!
There
There
you
we go.
Looks
Yeah,
like it
there we
fixed
go.
it. Voila.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I changed it back from Naruto.
go. That was a good thing. Uh, and
So-
where you guys are right now is you're basically kind of in the middle of a farm field, or like you're on the road, but you're in the middle of farm fields.
Make a contained fire, as always, with, make sure we're not burning anyone's crops and shit.
Yeah, and then you find a little spot right off the road where you can really set everything up and not be in the way. And you do just that. Military training kicks in. You know how to dig a pit down a little bit more, just so that nothing spews out.
Yeah.
You do that. Start the fire. How do you guys set up your camp?
Quick tent. Very quick.
But yeah. Does anyone have a tent? Because I don't.
Who uses a tent?
You? I thought I did.
I would think Halsterian would have.
It would make
A tent.
sense.
It would make the most logical sense.
But there's only one tent.
It's
Liam
a
and his tiny tent.
two-person tent, but that's still going to be crowded with 4.
And they were tent mates.
And
God, they
they
were
were
tent
tent
mates.
mates.
Since I rolled well on my survival check earlier, I know it's going to be a clear night with nice weather, so I'm cool just sleeping under the stars.
And you know exactly that. You read my mind.
Yeah, Spleen's gonna stay outside. She's like, what the hell?
Spleen's an outside druid.
What? You won't know if you'll get sneak attacked. They could just trap you in there.
It's cloth. I could just burn it away. Or cut through it.
No, still too troublesome because then you're wasting like 5-6 seconds of doing that when you could have fireballed them in the face.
I could burn them through the tent. My fire has
Yeah,
a
but what if they hit
decent
you with the
range.
long stick?
Then they're probably within arm's reach. Or
What if it's a super
sword's
long
reach.
stick? You know what, nerds? Well, minus Brenda because she's sleeping outside like a true survivalist.
Well, if we get that spell I want, technically, we'll all be in a tent. Sort of. While being outside at the same time. It's hard to explain, better to show. You'll see in due time.
For now, bedrolls, I suppose, are fine if there's going to be that much of an argument.
Oh no, you boys can have your little sleepover.
It's more of a sleep under the tent.
Oodum-tsh.
I hate it. Thank you.
That's funny.
So, setting up fire, giving out pieces of the other meat pie for snacks to anyone who wants dessert, so to speak.
Meat dessert.
Yes.
And you do. You bite into it, and it's the most flavorful thing you've ever bit into.
Mm.
And it's like that's a high bar to meet, given that
Yum.
you've eaten a lot of good things in your time. But the
I mean,
flavors
a
of
lot of good
everything
things
is
in the
just
last couple of weeks.
I know, he's Howard, you're noticing a little bit of a belly.
That food was expensive but amazing.
By the way, you still do have that D12.
Yes.
I keep forgetting to mention that.
Oh, I got it on my sheet just to remind me.
But the flakiness of the crust and it's just nice and buttery. It is damn delicious.
And then, just out of paranoia's sake, gonna cast mage armor before going to sleep.
Right on. Yep. You tuck yourself in. You mutter the incantation. Everybody else just sees a light. What color is your magic anyway?
Blue usually.
Blue. So you see just this blue sheen just once. That's it. It surrounds your body. As you guys are starting to rest then.
Yeah.
Call it an early night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tired.
Somebody doing a watch?
We will.
I'll take second.
Sleep will take first watch.
Cool. Everybody else is nodding off and going to bed. Spleen, you're up. You look up into the sky. You're trying to recognize constellations, but they're all just freaking dots.
Wonder how those fireflies got stuck up there. No. I know they're not fireflies. They're torches.
You're just talking to yourself, but it's what Spleen does. Make a perception check.
What is that? That is a 14.
14?
Yeah.
Right on. You're watching. You hear the sound horse hooves clopping off in the background. It's not an unusual sound given that you're within the farming fields areas, but they sound like they're getting closer.
She's gonna look in that direction.
Yep, you do. And you notice a single rider coming up. It's about, because you guys had are doing an early night, it's around 9:30, 10 o'clock. He just comes on by. It's just a human wearing normal clothing. Just looks at you, nods, keeps moving on.
Just shrugs.
The rest of your watch goes without any sort of incident. You go wake up Howard. How do you wake him up?
Oh no.
Is he wearing his armor or anything like that?
He has his mage armor up. You know it because you've seen him do it before.
But like,
But it's not like straight up physical armor.
It's basically like
What?
the armor in Dune, where it's like the shutter armor, where if you attack slow enough, you can still get through it.
He's going to put a finger in her mouth
Oh no.
and go towards his ear.
Ah! Why?
Hello.
Hello.
It's like getting waken up by a dog that's licking your face, but instead it's my wet finger in your ear. You want to know why it's wet?
Now that you ask, no.
It's your turn. Also, some guy on a horse came by. Some guy. Some guy get a horse. He just. Good night. And she falls down and goes to sleep.
Legs and arm right up. Eh.
A guy on a horse came by. Okay. Alright. I'll keep an eye out for a guy on a horse.
With that disturbing wake up, Howard, you're sitting there. The fire's still going. It's kind of faded a little bit, but I mean, not that you can't control it. You're looking around, and it's just farm fields. It's not exactly pretty, per se. And you look up. You're looking at the constellations. You recognize a couple of them. One of them's the bear, the other's the bull. And given the time of year, it's like, oh, there's the directing star, the one that always points north. Make a perception check.
I was gonna use it on that nature check. Oh no. Alright, we're definitely using that inspiration right now. Oh, that's way better. Okay. Perception 3, 6, 14.
Woo.
That's with 8 from the inspiration.
Bam!
Yeah.
Your watch goes without any incident. The hours go by. It's just trying to keep yourself awake, and it's hard time. You wake up. Bryony, or who got third watch, or did nobody get a third watch?
I think Hal is on third watch, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't know if I actually said that out loud, but yeah, I'm taking third.
We read your mind.
Yeah, honestly.
We're volunteering you to be third watch.
Bryony needs your druid
Just wake
sleep.
you up.
We don't disturb her.
Yeah, Bryony had a lot of food today.
I was like, she had sweets. She's whew,
Yeah, you look over at Bryony, you just see the distended stomach just.
sugar crash.
So yeah,
Alright.
wake up, Hal. You're up.
Good morning.
Splain said something about a guy on a horse coming by, but I haven't seen anyone.
I imagine it was a man on a horse.
I think his
Going
name was
by.
Old McDonald. No,
I don't
macaroni.
A weird one.
She gave me no context, so that's all I've got.
Yeah, I'm going to assume there's no actual context on this one.
I wouldn't be surprised. But it's a nice night, so enjoy.
Indeed. Sleep well.
Mm-hmm.
So, Halsterian, you got some rest. You're feeling kind of awake, and still, it's a field. Kind of reminds you when you looked over your family's farmsteads. And so, it's just what it is. You look up, you see the constellations, you recognize what your great great grandfather had pointed out to you. Like this was the Tiefling constellation, the one that summoned them to the world below.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Are you having fun over there?
I'm sorry. I just. I'm sorry. Continue.
After the game, I will tell you a very interesting story about that song.
Oh,
Oh, no.
boy.
Oh no.
Oh, is this regarding what I put in chat?
This is one that Given put in Twitch chat. Here, I'll just show
Oh, I really need to start looking at the Twitch chat. I don't.
you.
It's okay.
Just sometimes you send me things from it, and that's all I know of
I
the
mean,
Twitch.
that's what
There
the
you go.
song that popped in my head at first was Old MacDonald, and I was like, that's not correct. There's a horse named Macaroni, and I can't remember the song. It's Yankee Doodle. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't remember it. E-I-E-way-o.
Yeah, you way. Jeez. As you're looking at this constellation, Halsterian, and you understand the lore behind it, or at least mythology of it. Make a perception check.
18.
18. You feel as if you're being watched. You look around, and you see it. You see a blue orb staring at you. And it's distinct red blue orb. Like it's a blue orb with a red aura around it.
Mm. Greetings.
And in your mind, all you hear is, Halsterian, it's been a while. Where have you been? It's your great-great-grandfather. Or super great-grandfather. There's a lot more greats in there. I just don't remember how many.
Yeah.
10 hours later. Great.
Great.
Lord Baltrus, I've been investigating around Menestad. I've been encountering several increasingly large fire elementals and seeing why they keep attacking.
We've been experiencing them here as well.
Mm.
What have you found?
Well, it appears to be some part of a cult, sort of an elvish cult. They go by the name Lashira. It's. Was that ever translated for me?
Yes.
Would Helsterion know that?
Yeah, Howard
Okay.
Howard would have done the translation.
Okay, so yes, apparently it's Elvish for Inferno's Wrath. They've been having different summoning circles around, and it looks like Menestad's had summoning circles, or at least something acting as summoning circles, in it for quite some time.
So that group is still around. I dealt with them in my day.
I see.
I thought they died off.
Perhaps they were simply biding their time.
Well, I want you to keep finding out about these. I'm
As you
curious. Also, somebody's been racking up a rather large bill on my account at the Elderflower.
Yes, I will be paying that back forthwith. I am earning money by doing different quests at the guild, and my friends will be helping me out here with that as well. I've been traveling with a group here.
Friends. You don't need any friends. Besides, what are you doing with the gilding? I always never understood that.
It helps just having a purpose, a quick goal, short term as it may be, to help me learn more about the world, really.
Smart. I like that. Soon you'll be under me anyway, and then we'll start your training.
Very good.
Until then, I'll keep a close eye on you and your friends.
But of course.
You feel the presence just back off, back away. The rest of your watch goes without any avail. The sun rises. It's fairly early, but because you guys went to bed early, it's naturally waking up time. Except for Bryony. Bryony, no morning.
No, no.
No, no morning. No. Roar for lore. Thanks, Otter. And it's the start of a beautiful day. You see mists over the fields. They're starting to burn off with the sun hitting it. What do you guys do?
Putting out the fire, getting ready. Didn't see them anywhere in the time we were out, so maybe go see if we can find them.
Is our point of exhaustion gone?
Your point of
That's right.
exhaustion is gone. You guys have received a full rest.
Yahoo!
You guys are now ready to go.
Fantastic.
Alright, so you guys gonna try and find the Brandish Bards?
Yes, preferably looking for any trace of smoke from their camp last night.
Question.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You go first.
Okay. Halsterian, you instinctively look around. Everybody make a nature or survival check, whatever one is higher.
Oh shit! Natural 20 for 24 on nature.
19.
I also got a 19.
17.
Look what rest could do to us.
Yeah, apparently.
This is the benefit of sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only I could do that in real
You
life.
guys wake up and immediately, huh? You look immediately rest the west, and you notice there is a smoke trail popping right up.
Shall we go see if it's them?
Well, yeah, that's our best lead.
Off
Right.
we go.
Bryony, you'd want to say something?
Oh, well, if we're pretty sure the smoke trail is them, then never mind.
You don't know it's them.
Okay, well, if that's the case, I was gonna say I could get an aerial view by taking on wild shape.
See?
Please do.
Alright, so, can you take a air shape at your level?
I have up to
Oh.
1/2, right?
Oh, right, because I think it's level 8, you're allowed to do some flying speed.
Yeah, you're limited in the types of speed you can do at certain
Oh,
levels.
okay.
Yeah.
I think it says it if you click on the wild shape, it'll show you the chart somewhere in there.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, never mind.
That was a good. No, it was a really good idea.
Yes, very much so.
Just let me use wild shape once.
You take the form. You look up. You take the form of an eagle. You can't fly. You're just on Spleen's shoulder.
Yep.
Just sad bird noises.
Then since I have some questions about who else has a campfire, can I take on form of a wild shape in form of badger?
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Why the hell not?
Right on. So, you look up. You instinctively, she's like badger. In a flurry of leaves and feathers and everything else, you just immediately puff right out, and there you are, just a badger.
Wow, she just transformed as like she didn't even care. That honey badger didn't care.
So,
I was wondering if someone was going to take that reference.
describe what your badger looks like.
I was picturing just a little European badger.
So, like the black and white stripes.
Yeah, that little guy.
They're so fucking cute.
They are. I think they're cute. It looks like the one from
That rescue wildlife video.
no, I was picturing I'm totally getting off track with this D&D thing. I'm sorry, but what's that one Disney animated short? It came in the same VHS as Sleepy Hollow. It was like
I don't remember that one.
The Wind in the Willows.
Oh.
It looks like the Wind in the Willows badger. That's what I'm picturing in my head. Anyway.
So yeah, you take on the form of a
Sorry.
badger.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
your senses immediately just like you pick right up on everything else. Smelling around.
Oh my god.
And given the direction of the wind, given your nature and survival check, you definitely know the smell of Brecken in the air.
Not a good smell.
It's not a great smell, but it's not a terrible smell. It's just, it's like the smell of a person. You just know that smell.
Ugh, people.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
People.
keeping my nose to the ground, I stealthily make my way through the reeds and the plant life towards the Brecken smell.
The Brecken smell. Make yourself a stealth check. Everybody else make perception checks while stealthing. So as a, what is the stats of a badger? You're gonna have to pull that one up.
Yeah, I have it up.
So you take the stats. You take the stealth stat of a badger. If not, it's
Okay.
just dexterity.
Oh wait, never mind. I don't think I have the stats up. I'm looking at the RPG bot page, which is very useful, by the way.
I'm gonna roll my inspiration.
Keen smell and a burrow speed can be occasionally useful, is all it says.
Your dex is 0, so it's just a straight roll.
Is the inspiration a D12?
Yes.
D12.
So
just roll a D20, and whatever it is your stealth.
and plus my stealth is 1, so I got an 11.
Cool. Right on.
Which is not great. So you definitely see like some plant life moving, but like that could be anything.
Basically. The badger just goes. Bryony the badger just goes. Goes right in. You guys are following suit, and Spleen gets lost as everybody keeps moving on, but eventually catches up. You can hear things off in the background. You guys go up and around. It's about a half hour, 45 minutes of you guys doing this. And you happen upon the brandished bards. They're just walking.
Have they noticed us?
I mean, given spleen being spleen, they
No,
you
it
guys
was,
basically Kool-Aid man right through like a set of bushes.
it was two
They're
nat
right there.
ones.
Oh,
Ooh.
I mean, I only had an 11, so I didn't have a whole lot better.
No, don't do that, Otter. I don't know. Please don't put no swearing on.
They're
we
just
beg of you,
walking.
please. They're just
It's too late
walking. They notice you guys.
now, but oh, sorry.
They do notice you guys. Sorry. What did you want to do, Bryony?
Oh, I was gonna say it's too late now, but I was figuring the point of me taking wild shape was so I could go on ahead, but that's usually not really Bryony's jam anyway. She's like, I'll stay back here. You go check it out.
We also just got redeemed a no cursing for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's. Ooh, this is gonna be fun.
Nope. That's
So-
the wrong amount of time.
Wait. Okay. So, but the no cursing thing, does that mean I can't do any of the cursing either? I guess. I guess it is. Well, fizzle farts.
I thought it was targeted on like one person, or is it everyone?
It's everybody.
I think it's
This is
everybody.
bullshit.
No.
It's a bull.
Bullshit.
All right. Well, you bust through the bushes. And I mean, the brandished birds kind of heard you coming because you're busting through a bunch of leaves. They're kind of in battle poses, but you know they're just. Boom. Ah, I see you guys. What are you doing out here?
Just checking to see if you guys found anything.
I mean, it's only been a day, and we've only really just started doing this thing.
I
We're
know,
quite
but
tired. So, but we haven't found anything, which is fine by us. We owed Carplin a favor a while ago. But, again, why are you out here?
well, we had to
Yeah.
go somewhere anyhow. But just checking to see if you guys made any progress yet. Seems like nothing really popped up yet.
Well, no, nothing. And Shusan kind of comes up. We are quite capable of doing this on by ourselves. What do you need to check up on us?
Just
Innocent question for you. Are you making a circuit of a perfect circle around the town?
Not really. We're just, 5 miles ish out of town, and we're just kind of going back and forth. Some of this is really rugged terrain.
Inside check.
Make an insight check.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a question.
Yep.
Do they notice me, the badger?
Much better.
Borin, the darker skinned male. He notices you, and he's like, "Aren't you just the cutest little thing there?"
I retreat back into the plants.
Just like Homer.
So as far as they know, I am just a normal badger.
All right, so insight rolls.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
15.
15. Howard.
I'm not doing it because I'm doubting myself.
All
I
right.
got a 19.
You're a badger. You can't sense things. Meh. You're distracting Borin. At this point, you're kind of just doing that. They look like they're telling the truth.
Well, I was gonna say, with all the whole sensitivity, with the circles and patterns, walk in a square. Do zigzags. Don't do a circle. Go up and down, go that way. Along the whole thing.
As you're describing this, Lionel just immediately turns around, walks away, and goes up to Bourne. So, where'd that thing go? Bourne. It's just in the bushes. Wait, you're not going to. No, you don't. You don't. You dare. Brecken. Guys, leave it be. Obviously, they don't trust us.
Not that I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust anyone. But you get my point, right?
Here, I'll even give you an excuse, and I use thaumaturgy to make an explosion sound about 50 feet away. Sorry, 30 feet away.
Brecken and the rest turn around. Obviously, they know that you did that.
Yeah.
Hey, look! There's a noise over there. Let's just go.
We're heading out of town for a bit, maybe a week tops. If you find anything, just get word to us.
Yeah, you don't want to give the cultists any good blank canvases if you make a giant freaking circle.
We're walking in the forest. You do realize this, right? There's nothing like we're leaving breadcrumbs behind or anything for them to follow us.
You don't know that?
The fact that you've found us, I mean, that's kind of scary.
That means you should be scared, yeah. Because that means you're easy to find and track.
We're not trying to hide. We're
Exactly! Exactly! And hey, this whole town's been living on a summoning circle for so damn long. They're willing to do so much to get this shit done. What, you don't think they're going to use this big, ginormous circle that's just given to them for free? Come on, think.
Brecken looks up. Everybody else just looks around. Linnell just looks over. Everybody's just so confused by all of this. So, what?
Let's do zigzags, freaking dimwits.
They are, Spleen, they said that.
Sashan comes up. I understand you're paranoid, but honestly, you should just trust us.
I don't trust the cult.
Brecken just looks up and around and says, alright, let's just go. This is not getting us anywhere.
Yeah.
And they just start
Ooh.
walking. They just start walking away.
Hey, lizard!
Linnell just keeps walking. You notice, like,
Spleen.
you notice the ears perk. Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Everyone? Or just Spleen?
Everyone,
Okay.
Including the badger?
including the badger.
Oh, that was a natural 20.
Damn.
One was
Oh,
12.
13.
give me a second. 16.
You hear mutterings off in the background. There's not. It's from the Brandish Bards, but it's not. You can't really discern what they're saying. So you guys are now walking back in this forested area. It's a bunch of, you know, poplars, birches, a couple of pines, maybe a cedar or two.
So, what do we know about giants?
They smell bad.
They're big. Usually have big weapons.
That they tend to be sort of hopefully slow with, maybe, possibly? Not hearing a yes. Alright, well.
They've got big legs, so they could probably move fast. But I'm not sure. I can't say I've encountered one before. I mean, we know they have big toes.
Bryony, make a history check.
Okay.
At advantage.
Okay. $19. And what's my thing? I got a 19.
You've actually encountered hill giants before. And they're basically all of what Howard had said. They're giant. They're like what everybody else has said. They're giant. They're stinky. Not incredibly smart. And the best way you have ever dealt with them was not to deal with them. Make sure that you're not downwind from them, and also just, you know, hide until they go away or find a way to slink out.
Okay. I change back into my regular form about 5 inches behind Spleen's back. And say, with hill giants, you typically smell them before you see them.
That's good to know. Also, what the fuck? I didn't know you could turn to animals. What? Is it just a badger? Or, like, can you...
Listen, it's not gonna work.
I saw the contemplation and then the giving up.
Yes, Spleen, I'm a druid. We can do that.
I don't know what that means, but I am impressed. A druid. Is that like your last name?
I take psychic damage from that.
Roll a d4.
Bryony Druid. Beatty.
Spleen, you've heard my last name. Never mind. I got a 4.
And Spleen has received a boon as an apology.
Raz.
No, Otter gave it to you.
Otter? The stream is super duper blurry and it doesn't tell me what who sent it. So I assume it was Traz because he's the one that freaking started it. Because you're a dingus.
Well, anyway.
Fucking third.
Where were we? Alright, Bryony was explaining hill giants.
Yes.
They smell.
Well, they're big, they're smelly. The best way to deal with them is to not deal with them.
Unfortunate.
I take that as a challenge.
Of course.
Anyway, I can get my supply of toes.
I'm assuming you guys are walking and talking.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Make a survival check because you're in the middle of the forest. Then a perception check.
Okay. While we're rolling it, I'll let you know we also got a party boon from Traz this time. Oh crap, that was crooked. No!
Not 20 into
Go
that.
back.
Me too.
Cool.
So perception is 10, and then survival is 24.
Survival's
Cool.
11, perception is 14.
Perception's 8.
Perception. Okay.
Sorry.
Right. Perception is 9. Survival is 27.
You guys definitely know where you're going. It's like, yeah, you know your way to where you need to head. And you just, that way. So it's, it's gonna be a couple days of travel to get to where you need to go. But as your day keeps going on, you're going through forest and you end up in an open field area, like a little plains spot. It's rather nice, just nice and windy. It's a beautiful sunny day. And then you hear about you look up into the sky. Who had the highest perception?
Mine was 11. I don't remember what everyone had.
And-
My perception was 14, sorry.
I think it might be Howard.
It might actually be Howard, yeah. You're looking up. The sound heavy, like it sounds definitely of wings, but like it's heavy. And then you hear it, just the scream of a hawk in the background.
Do I see anything?
You haven't seen it yet. Now that you're actively perceiving, what's your passive perceptions now?
13.
12. Spleen.
Passive perception.
Bryony, what's your passive perception?
Oh, there it is.
7.
7?
14.
No.
Oh,
no.
passive. It's
Oh,
what
I'm
you,
sorry.
It's
yeah, it's
10 plus your modifier.
which I would think yours would be a 15.
Perception 18.
Bryony, you immediately look up and around. You recognize the flapping and the screeches. Those are griffins. And it's weird that they're hunting far away from any sort of mountainous place. But those are definitely griffins. You've dealt with them before by not dealing with them, but you have dealt with them before. You hear them just and immediately you point out up there, just to the south. There's about 3 of them flying. They don't look like they've seen you yet.
Mage
I'm
armor.
really glad I'm not a badger anymore.
Definitely mage armor, just in case.
Mm.
What do you do?
So if they haven't noticed us yet, keyword yet, I know I have an invisibility spell in here.
Are you talking about
Yes,
pass
I
without?
will cast Pass Without Trace because I know how dangerous griffins can be.
And we will try to avoid them. Are we just in open plain right now?
You are in an open plain.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast that.
Okay, so that's you cast Pass Without a Trace. As you do, you summon all the power in around you. You reach out into the ground and call to it to help you hide. As you do, you're in about waist high, spleen high, spleen high grass, tall grass. As you do, you feel as if the grass is actually like coming towards you, as like sheltering and shielding you, and it's just that natural feeling of just being smothered helps.
Ducking down into it.
As you do, you hear the calls and crying just going around and around. You're looking up. They start turning left. They start turning left again. They start coming towards you. You're flying. They pass you. You hear one of them call again, and immediately they turn right towards you guys. And that's where we're going to call our session for tonight.
Cliffhanger.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I would like to thank D&D Beyond for sponsoring us, and Heath at Lucky Dice Cafe in Huntsville, Alabama. If you're ever in around that area, please give him a shout. He's an excellent DM. And with the pandemic going on, I want all of you to be safe. Wear your mask, social distance, and wash your hands. So I want you guys to have a good night, and I want to ask y'all, do you dare to imagine? Good night.